Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why is nobody spends as much time with their clients and on their clients like I do, and there's no such coaching like my coaching, and you are on the internet. True story. I coach mainly in audio exchange as well as phone sessions, the two coaching packages that I offer. Both links are below, as well as on my website, but I thought I'd make it easier for you. It's in the description right underneath my website. We always start when you book me initially for a month. I do recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me for the full changeover, for the full program that you have to go through. Some people stay longer, depends on the case, but I would say minimum 2 to 3 months. Okay, that gives me just enough time to cover your history, from childhood all the way up until today, to go through certain techniques to release certain emotions, to do forgiveness, and then start on manifestation. I never start with manifestation. That is doing things backwards. And for a fact, I know from people who come from other coaches that this coaching, like I said, just doesn't exist in this capacity. 90%, I would say 99% of coaches just go straight to manifestation without bothering to examine the history of the person. I don't understand how that's possible to even do your job correctly, but here we are. My techniques are similar to one that a therapist perhaps employs, but I am not a therapist. I'm a coach, okay? I'm a manifestation coach. Some people call me a life coach. But the truth in the matter is that I really need to know your history because I really need to understand your beliefs. What do you believe due to your experiences in life, okay? Beliefs are the fundamental principle behind changing your life. That's what it really is about. And so in the case of audio exchange, in both packages, we start with a phone call for an hour once you book me. Parenthesis here, I do really recommend you pre-book me. This is how you put yourself on my waiting list, because there are moments in my coaching where I'm fully booked and you may not start right there and then. And so first come, first serve. The minute you book yourself with me, you put yourself next in line. If I'm fully booked and you cannot start right away, I'm going to give you a date, okay, when you can start. But essentially, the first conversation is an hour long that I record with your permission, of course. And we go through what you'd like to work on in coaching and what is the issue at hand at the moment. And after this, I ask you to record an audio at a time, 20-minute max, telling me about your childhood. Like I said, all throughout your history, I always guide you and always give you direction. I listen to your audio more than once and come back with my own reply. I document everything. I have a ton of notes after each and every single client, which I take by hand. It's basically a transcript of everything you're telling me with my own way of taking notes, my notations, what I have to tell you, the kind of feedback. And then, like I said, I record my audio, which most usually than not surpasses the mark of 20 minutes. And this is how we go. We go back and forth. At some point, I do ask you in this package to get on the phone with me. Sometimes I have questions, things I want to discuss that will be easier to discuss on the phone. In the case of the unlimited phone call sessions package, it's the same deal, except we talk on the phone 2 to 3 times per week. Okay, I always talk to my clients 2 to 3 times per week. In the case of the phone session package, schedule permitting, we do talk 2 to 3 times per week. Each session is an hour long. I record that session because I'd rather listen to what you have to say in the session. And then once I record it and we hang up, then I re-listen to it and take my notes. And of course, give you guidance in the phone session, what to do next, what to work on next. I always give homework to my clients. It truly just depends on your personality, the kind of support you seek. If you'd rather be on the phone, then that package is for you. You can also always book me for an hour first And just to make sure that I'm your kind of coach, I come very well pre-advertised. I have a ton of videos on my channel. I'm very straightforward, very direct. I don't sugarcoat things. I don't think you're coming into coaching for sugarcoating. I hope not, because that's not what we're here to do. We're here to deliver results, and only by being straightforward do I deliver results by my clients. Okay, this is not therapy, like I said. I'm allowed to give you my feedback, my honest, unapologetic feedback of your situation and how to fix it. Okay, you need to come humble, open, honest, willing to take suggestions. This is not a dictatorship by any stretch of the imagination. You can disagree and we can discuss. However, you have to be open and, like I said, flexible and kind of like open to suggestions, like I said. I'm just going on the assumption you're coming from a lot of dysfunction, and it's my job to get you out of that situation. So you need to be open to suggestions, and some of them may not be, really easy for you to kind of like contemplate. Nevertheless, you need to be open to those. If you have any questions, my email is below. You can reach out to me and let me know what you need to work on in coaching. Thank you. All right, so today's subject is how to change a narcissist or a toxic SP. Or SP comes, with the kind of like connotation that it is a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anybody. Could be your relative, could be your sibling, your parents, whoever, your coworker, etc., etc. So I can really speak on the subject with complete and total confidence, because I come from experience. I've changed narcissists in my coaching. Not that they were in my coaching. That doesn't usually work. There have been a couple, and it didn't work out so well. The narcissists that I have changed in my coaching were relatives or SPs of the client in my coaching. And so I know exactly what I'm talking about. This is not, like a catchy title by any stretch of the imagination. This is literally what it is. And when I started receiving these requests about narcissists in my coaching, meaning, do you think it's possible and this and that, and people send me some like materials of other channels entirely dedicated to narcissists, and people just watching that shit, till the end of time. I mean, I found it first of all, I found it disturbing, because why would you continue watching something so dysfunctional it's almost like you're celebrating dysfunction, creating a whole channel after an idea that is dysfunctional. I don't understand that at all, But also, I looked for it on the internet, on YouTube, that is, primarily. Nobody talks about how to change a narcissist. You will not find this. So this is why I'm recording this. It's basically, if you Google it, for instance, can a narcissist change? The answer will be no, categorically no. That the situation is hopeless, that this is just how they are, period, the end. And I'm here to tell you it's a truckload of bullshit. Okay? Anybody who understands manifestation, first of all, would never say such a thing. And anyone who understands parallel realities would not say such a thing. So let's start from the beginning. Okay, if you attracted a narcissist into your, let's just say, a romantic partner who is a narcissist, or if you have a narcissist in your family or whoever it is, who you have to have, constant communication with, whether that's your parent or your sibling, somebody like that, okay, or a coworker, like I said. This person comes with a message, okay? They are a replica of a person in the past that you haven't either forgiven, not made peace with, didn't validate your emotions from the past abuse of somebody else's who was a narcissist, somebody who was abusive towards you. Doesn't actually have to be a narcissist necessarily, but somebody who you had an interaction with and you didn't validate your feelings, you didn't process that abuse, that you still till this day are affected by. And so the version, and usually people attract more than one so-called narcissist. By the way, narcissism is an idea. Okay, it doesn't actually exist in a sense. It's not like a death sentence. Okay, it's totally changeable because of the parallel realities. You can attract a version of a person who is not a narcissist at all. Looks the same eye color, same hair color, talks the same, walks the same, but is not a narcissist. All of a sudden, they're completely different. Okay, and so this person who keeps showing up, several people can show up in your life until you understand the message. Several people who are narcissists. The message is, again, you have some processing to do from the past. And so whoever is a narcissist right now in your world is literally a person with a message. This version, who is a narcissist, quote unquote, is showing you something that you need to let go of, that you need to process, that you haven't dealt with. It never is personal. Understand that this reality, it isn't real. It's a construct of your mind. Okay? It's a literal theater of your mind. Just please try to grasp this idea. It will become so much easier for you to manifest things. It will be beyond. Okay? This is not personal. This is not like set in stone. This is not, to punish you. This is not chance. Okay? Things don't just happen. Okay? There's a message there for you to redo your reality, to redo your mind, thus. Because you can be like one of those people. I've encountered those people outside my just acquaintances and this and that. And they will tell you till the end of time how much hurt they caused them and how painful it was. And this one a narcissist and that one is a narcissist. And it seems like everywhere they look, they encounter a narcissist. And the question to me, I never told these people because I didn't know them well enough, but the question begs itself, why are you attracting so many narcissists? You obviously haven't let go of a grudge of some kind. You obviously haven't let go of something, of some kind of emotion that keeps you stuck in that loop of attracting nothing but narcissists. One would have to ask that question, because nothing happens by chance. It's a theater of your mind that you're operating from. And so if you attracted a narcissist, you obviously have some processing to do, number one. Number two, if you attracted a narcissist in the first place, you can also recreate them. That would be logical. I'm talking to a lot of intelligent people here. In the manifestational world, we don't believe in things being concrete, like I said. It just doesn't exist. You can recreate anybody because there are innumerable parallel versions of this person. Don't you think that at least one of them is not a narcissist? A different version entirely, totally, 100%. Just entertain that idea. And I'm sure you have a tale to tell if you've been interacting with narcissists and people of that nature who are completely toxic. My thing with narcissists, first of all, it has to be that you have to want to change them. There's some people that I've encountered that I absolutely did not want to change. I didn't want to bother. There was too much went on, and I just really didn't care about it. But I have changed narcissists in my own personal life. Even though everybody told me this is impossible. Anna, you're delusional. Anna, you need to come down and play with us over here on Earth. I'm like, no, thank you. If your Earth means that I cannot change what I want, I'm not playing on your Earth. No, thank you. Okay, so I decided, for instance, I've changed a couple of my exes who for sure were narcissists. Okay, one of them, I'll give you an example. He changed completely. I didn't want him back anymore, but he went out of his way to apologize to me in a way that a narcissist would never And he didn't have to. We weren't together anymore for years. And he came back and went out of his way, and he told me about all the work he's done on himself, and how if I ever need him, he's always there. I mean, he still calls me, and, just the quality of the person he was before is nowhere near who he is today. It just doesn't exist. The conversations that we have sometimes, we talk once in a while, it's a whole other situation. I don't even know how to say it, and this was a person who completely lacked empathy, who was a jerk to me, quite frankly, just absolute jerk. Didn't give a shit about anybody else's feelings but his own and his fun. And here he is. He doesn't even need to talk to me anymore. And he went out of his way to whatever you need, whenever you need, if you need to talk or what, manifestation. Now he's into manifestation and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, fine. But inside I was like, well, there it is. Okay. And the same can be true about your guy or girl or whoever it is you're dealing with right now. It truly doesn't matter. Yes, they did X, Y, and Z for the zillion years, the entire time that you knew them, but now they won't do that anymore. And so you write yourself a list. Here's a list of all the shit that I don't like about these people. And then you rewrite that entirely. You completely compose a brand new person. Now, in your case, I don't know what that looks like. You would have to come into my coaching because it's case by case. I mean, I can just tell you like the basics, but you really do need coaching instead of just going off of like a general idea. Okay, there's some processing to do behind it, the things that they've done to you and all this kind of stuff, which is, it's true. It's very hard to get over that. But if you look at them like just a creation of your mind, just an idea, and you exercise compassion towards people, I don't really think that people, if we even brought it down to earth and spoke from the perception or perspective of, like a logical mind situation, you could say, well, nobody just is born like that. People become this way. And it's true, they do. Through neglect, through trauma, drama panorama. All right. And so they're not actually evil people. I don't glorify this idea of narcissism to the point where, like, they have horns and they're like the devil with that stick in his hand and this and that with a red cape. That's bullshit. Okay. I think people like this are wounded. That version is wounded. And so if you kind of like bring them down to earth and like treat them like these wounded little children, okay? Everybody has a little wounded child within. This is how they choose to express it. It becomes a lot easier for you to let go of your hurts because you understand a hurt person also hurts another. There's no other way, okay, that this could be any other way. Not only they're a messenger, but they also teach you compassion. They're a messenger about something that you yourself haven't let go of. And they teach you compassion, yes, even towards these kinds of scenarios. Only through that can you manifest a different version. If you're going to be holding on to anger and resentment towards them, forget it. Like literally forget it. Don't worry about it. If you're set on holding on to that, like don't come into my coaching, it's over. Like you need to be flexible, okay? Because clearly the way you're doing things doesn't work right now. You can tell yourself it's an impossible situation. There's no such thing. There just isn't. Why? Because I just explained it to you. There are innumerable parallel realities, innumerable parallel versions of this person. So all of a sudden you can, in fact, create another version inside your mind exactly the way that you want them to be. They're compassionate, they're thoughtful, they're so affectionate, they listen to me. It's all about me now, not all about them. I don't know what happened to them. I don't even care, but it's something changed within them. They now want to do the work on themselves. They don't shy away from, apologizing. They don't think they're always right. All these things that narcissists are known for. Suddenly the person is just another person. Why? I don't care. I just changed them in my mind. And I attracted this new version that I instructed to behave exactly as I wanted them to behave. But this is just a reflection of the work that you yourself do on the inside. When you no longer attract so-called narcissists, and when the so-called narcissist changes right in front of your eyes, it's because you changed. Okay? It isn't about the other. It's never about the other. It's the same deal with narcissist or any other manifestation that you want, like money or whatever it is you want, or manifesting another SP period, or getting an apology, or whatever. By the way, getting an apology from anybody has to, your forgiveness has to precede that. It doesn't just like, oh, you come and apologize to me and then I'll forgive you. No, that doesn't work like that, my darling. You have to let go of resentment first, and then the apology comes. Why? Because if you're still mad at somebody, it doesn't make sense that they would apologize to you, because you're still holding on to that energy. If you let go of that energy, then the apology naturally follows. The same thing with like no contact, guaranteed 99% of you, unless I don't understand something for some like weird reason, you've got resentment towards that person. Hidden inside, so hidden sometimes you don't even want to admit it to yourself. Many people come into my coaching and they say, everything's fine, I don't have grudges or resentment towards them. I've forgiven them and this and that. And then I talk to them, and it always pisses me off when some people leave it for later, like 3 months into my coaching. I'm sorry, it's funny to me. And they say, yeah, you know what? I'm actually angry with this person. Why couldn't you have said it in the first place? We would have been talking about it. Yes, of course. Duh. If they're not talking to you energetically, they're feeling that you're resenting them. Okay? Of course. Or it could be a number of other things. It could be that you're insecure, you don't believe they can come, you don't deserve it, etc., etc. But for the majority of the majority of the cases, I would have to say it's about anger and resentment and some kind of like blockage. Resentment is the heaviest shit. Seriously though, okay? If you believe it, you can make magic happen. But in order to believe it, you have to massage the situation into something else. Not this monstrosity that you have concocted. And a lot of you really assume a lot of bullshit based on this misinformation, like I said, that is out there, that this narcissism is incurable. Nobody can change. Nobody, people don't change, my favorite. And this and it's like this forever and blah, 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 blah. This is crap. This is utter crap. It makes me like so angry when I see things like that, because people are just stuck in their situation and think that it's unchangeable. Meanwhile, it is, because you can change, the situation can change. It's the outpicturing of what you've got going on the inside. So if you're interacting with a narcissist, a part of you has been wounded in the past, just like they were wounded. Hello? Okay, it's a replica. It's just staring you in the mirror. It's just like you're looking at yourself. He or she chose to be, this way. You became a little bit more recluse or whatever, or shy, but that was their reaction. If you change your wounded self inside, they will change as well. But like I said, you really have to believe it. You cannot be lukewarm about this. Your power has to scare you a little bit, or maybe a lot, actually. You have to be able to say to yourself, this is how much you have to get scared of your power. Is it even allowed to have so much power? I have these moments during my day, sometimes I'm like, wow, this is exactly what I ordered, and this is exactly what I wanted, and now here it is. And I catch myself like, wow, is it even allowed to have so much power? It's too easy. It's too easy. This is why I don't understand when people overcomplicate stuff. It doesn't serve you. Okay, so you can go on this train of thought that it's impossible and la 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 la. My question always is, does it serve you? If the answer is not, no, then you're not on the right track, my darling. Okay, you're not on the track of truth. And so, are you even allowed to have so much power? Yes, I'm here to tell you, not only is it allowed, it's what you were born to do from the get-go. Okay. This is what you're supposed to do. Create miracles, magic and miracles. Create what you were here to do. I mean, how much fun is it to change a person who everybody says it's impossible to change? Okay. And I have other examples, like, coworkers and not coworkers, like business partners and this and that I have to deal with that have changed, but completely. Out of like a monster, I changed one into like a lamb who like talks to me like, like, I don't know how to say it. Yes, queen, yes. Bow down to the queen. Yes, ma'am. That's how he talks to me. And not only that, then, I mean, if you want to go with the logical mind once more, then you can say to yourself, like, by changing this person, I benefit not only myself, but the world at large. Now, how much fun is that? Now, of course, parenthesis here, narcissists are on a spectrum, all of them, some worse than others. Nevertheless, at the core of it is something, there's a part of you in them. And if it's the situation is especially dire, then you really need to start examining, what am I not letting go of? What am I not forgiving? What am I not validating? What experience am I holding on to? Okay, that's exactly what it is. I can put my money on 100%. And like I said, they could have been doing this thing for like years and years and years, decades and decades, as long as you've known them, they've been doing that. All of a sudden you can say, no, they're not doing that anymore. They were a womanizer, let's just say, for example, some narcissists are. They're liars, and this and that. No, he doesn't lie anymore. He doesn't do that anymore. He's not a womanizer anymore. Again, don't care how it hit them in the head. Something, happened in the head where he got it into his mind that I don't want to do that anymore. That's destructive. I want to live a healthier life. Okay, let's just say they always used to gaslight you and make you sound crazy and this and that. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that's how you felt. From now on, I will listen to you more because I really care about your opinion. And you will see the genuinity that will, quite frankly, spook you. But you will have this scenario in your mind, like that's what they're doing now. And it will come true. When I'm telling you this is the theater of your mind, I mean it literally. You instruct everybody to do it, what you want them to do. The only operative power, like Neville says, is you. So if you're the only boss in the universe, there are no fucking narcissists. It's just an idea. It's just a pain you haven't let go of. And by the way, this process of change does not have to take a long time, even though they've been like this for a long time. It doesn't. I've seen this in my coaching time and time again. If you really believe that you can do it, if you believe in the possibility of this reality where this person is completely different, and has been, by the way, because this is literally a different version of a person, okay, then it turbocharges your desire into fruition much faster, rather than doubting it and, once you release the resentment, etc., of course. And you can start, creating changes. I mean, literally in my coaching, I've seen people like experiencing changes with these people as I'm coaching them. And they would be like, you wouldn't believe what happened. I'm like, no, I believe it because I've seen it. And so can you. This is not, this is not rocket science. This is just working on yourself, understanding what bothers you. Everybody is just out picturing it. If you make peace with you, if you work on yourself in coaching or however it is you want to work on yourself, I do recommend coaching 101 because it's a lot more, it gets things done a lot faster than years and years, let's just say that. And then you can really see for yourself how powerful you really are. And it should scare you a little, but in a good way, because then you really will pay attention to your emotions and what things, transpire in your mind and the kinds of things that you're thinking and what you're watching, by the way, on YouTube. All the information from me is below. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.